Guys, I mean, yeah. So millennial homelessness is skyrocketing as the recession accelerates not just in the United States but worldwide. This is something that's affecting millennials in the US, millennials in the UK. I mean, it is really getting unbelievable when we witness what's happening. Hey, I'm your host, The Angry Guy, and I hope you enjoyed this friendly neighborhood PSA. Well, PSA, public service announcement. So basically, the recession is getting really bad right now, and millennials, our homelessness amongst millennials is accelerating more than anyone would have expected. What's really concerning is the fact that there does not appear to be any game plan at all for millennials. In fact, agencies are now predicting that many millennials will face homelessness. If not, most millennials will now face homelessness during their senior years. So basically, when millennials eventually retire, okay, those who still have jobs, it's predicted that many, if not most of them, will end up homeless. This is downright frightening stuff that should have everyone awake right now and saying, what the heck is going on? Because this is very concerning, okay? Another thing is when you hear people talking about their investments in stocks right now, let me tell you something, guys. The worst always happens at the worst time. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's how life is. The worst always happens at the worst time. Those of you that have lived for a couple of decades, that have had to provide for yourself, that have not had any hand, that have not had a helping hand, or a lot of them, you can vouch for me on this. All right, that it like everything seems to only get worse. Only get worse. All right. When things are already bad. It's the honest truth. And you have to be so focused to pull yourself out of that a lot of the time. As I said, this is from the UK. All right? This here is from the UK. And basically, millennials face homelessness in retirement due to unaffordable housing, okay? The consequence of there being nowhere affordable to go is bound to be homelessness for some, a report says. This is frightening, guys. Thousands of millennials could be forced into homelessness when they retire because of the shortage of suitable social housing for older people. Suitable social, guys, what they're talking about, when they say suitable portable housing, suitable social housing, what they're talking about is low income housing. Okay? It should be no one's dream to live in. No one who dreams of living in low income housing. Who wakes up in the morning and says, I want to live in, because that's not the dream. The dream is to, the house, white picket fence, you have a great job, you have a great car, wife, kids, or if you're a husband, kids, whatever, you know what I mean? You have a relationship, you have a family, you build your life together and you go from there. But what we're seeing here is something very, very different. This is crazy. Around half of millennial households will no longer be able to afford the rent they were able to manage before they retire, okay? Because pension income is significantly less on average. Like I said, most companies are not even giving out pension anymore. Like, pension has become a thing of the past. You may have 401k, and like I said, 401k is a joke, because as soon as the recession hits, all those 401k accounts are literally going to be are going to be taken. You think as soon as the recession hits, because they know that everyone's going to rush to the 401k, they can't. Let me explain. Where do you think your 401k is? A lot of you don't seem to understand this concept. Where do you think your 401k is? Where do you think your 401k actually exists? It exists in a bank, okay? Those funds not only exist in a bank, but they are federally insured, okay? They're federally covered. So the government, they're not only federally insured, they're federally regulated. That's the better word, in short. Federally regulated. The government determines, how you can access them. The government determines penalties that you have to pay if you take money out too early. Government determines all of this, okay? And the government can change the rules at any time. Think about this very carefully. How dangerous 401k plans are, actually. The government, okay, can change the rules on 401k at any time that they want to. They could put a tax on 401ks, all right? A new tax. Many of them want to do that and tax them into oblivion. I keep telling you that they're going to take them, all right? As soon as the money dries up, they're going to lock everything down because they don't want people to realize just how bad things actually are. So basically, this is when panic begins setting in. People begin rushing, trying to buy anything they can. The dollar store is completely empty because everyone's broke, all right? I mean, do you really want to get caught up in that? Because I don't. I told you all a long time ago you should have been investing in crypto. I told you crap coins are going to be like dollars. Like, you're going to be like crap coins are going to be like dollar bills. I'm telling y'all, crap coins are going to be like dollar bills, all right? These crap coins, people like dime coin, people, they're going to be going for a dime a piece. Like, dime coin is going to be going for a dime a piece, okay? Dime coin is going to be going for a dime a piece. I'm telling y'all. Let's see this. Well, now this is an interesting one. Millennial homelessness is on the rise. This is another article. According to research from the University of Chicago, about 1 in 10 young adults 18 through 25 have experienced some form of homelessness in a year, while those who haven't completed high school face the greatest risk of becoming homeless. Nearly 30% of young adults who experienced homelessness were enrolled in enrolled in college or another education program at the time they experienced homelessness. So guys, and don't forget that I was in college when I became homeless. I was working on my graduate degree. For those who are like, how can this actually happen? Yeah, there's a lot of people right now who are homeless and going to college. You wonder, how is that possible? Because they don't have enough money to survive. All right. Some of these people are working, trying to pay those bills. And let me tell you something. Those degrees aren't paying off. They're not paying off. And a lot of young people are going to be crying when they find out that all these degrees that they worked so hard for can't get them a job. And then the only way to get money is going to be going around and telling everyone, oh, I'm not being treated fairly, I'm not getting my fair share, and basically looking for anything to nitpick on. That's the only way these people are going to get money. They're not going to get money. They're not going to get money by working a real job. Most of them, heck no. All right. You have a degree in art history. Come on, you're not getting a job. A degree in general studies. What are you going to do with that? Why did you get that? Okay. A degree in English literature. Come on, please. Like, what? You think you're going to work at Google with that? Come on, please. I think that a lot of these young people getting these degrees right now, not only are these degrees not getting them jobs, but they're working against them. Because there are some young people who are getting degrees in subjects that are kind of questionable. And a company sees that you have a degree in this, they're like, what kind of interest do you have? They would rather hire a high school student, a person out of high school that has none of this baggage, okay? Because you have a degree in something that's like suggesting to them that you might be someone who might potentially get upset very easily, all right, or have very different views from the rest of the organization, and they basically won't hire you, especially when they're trying to make money. No one is entitled to a job. My last video was talking about the fact that Mr. Beast, I said 2020, he's not going to be giving out money anymore. He's going to be giving out jobs. All right, you're going to see people wait, like thousands of people, hundreds if not thousands of people waiting on a line hoping that Mr. Beast gives them a job. I'm telling y'all, I'm not, and the thing about it is a lot of people criticize me for what I do, but I want to remind you guys that I have not had an actual job since the year 2013. And I mean, I run my own business. I have my own business and LLC and all that other good stuff. But I have not worked for anyone since 2013. 2013. I have not been employed by any company since 2013. That's 6 years. All right, going into 7 years soon. All right, that I have been living by making my own way, by making money through my own opportunities solely. All right, and I've done that for almost 7 years now. How many of you can tell me if you lose your job tomorrow, you can survive? You can find another way to survive. Okay, you can find what? You're gonna open a YouTube channel and start streaming? You got to be kidding me. All right, start selling t-shirts. Come on. You see, like, when things are going wrong, that's when you're trying to, try something different. Now you got to be kidding me. All right, when everyone else is rushing too, you've got to be joking. Come on. In San Francisco, 18 through 24-year-olds now make up one of the fastest growing homeless populations. That could be why San Francisco voters overwhelmingly approved a tax on large businesses to fund housing and homelessness services 2 years ago. Okay, so this is funny. 2 years ago, Los Angeles, what did it do? Tried to address its own homeless issue by passing a $1.2 billion bond to build thousands of homes for the homeless. This is crazy, guys, because they're not addressing the issue. They're thinking, well, we're just going to build thousands of homes and put these people in them, and that solves the problem. Nope, because just building these places and saying, okay, we're just going to move you in, and how are they going to buy food? Oh, we're going to the government's going to give them food. How they, everyone is going to be living off benefits at this point. You know how hard it is to get benefits? First off, if you don't have children, if you're a single person without kids, it is extremely hard to qualify. If you are a single person without children, it is extremely to qualify for any significant amounts of benefits. I'm being honest. If you go on disability, then you have an option. You have a chance. Getting disability is very tough also, all right? I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of people think that they can pull it off. Let me tell you something right now. You won't, okay? You won't. Most of you won't pull off disability, okay? It's an entire, there are people who, they go to lawyers. They spend years fighting so they can get an $800 paycheck a month, okay? All right? And you can listen to me. By the time you get disability, you could have worked for so many years and made so much money. I'm so honest. The time and effort that you put in trying to get disability, and then you don't even get it, you could have made tons of money during that time if you put the effort elsewhere. Right now, we're not in the economy where you go out and get a 9-to-5 anymore. We're in the gig economy, and people don't realize that the rules of the gig economy are completely different. The rules of the gig economy is basically this: I give you your money, and you give me work or a service, and then our business is done. There's no more there's not going to be any more 9-to-5 permanent, cushy. In fact, they can let you go before that contract ends as well, based on what they stipulate in there. Okay, this is it. Like, contract work is it right now for everyone thinking they're gonna go out and go find some awesome job. Like, when the recession hits, no, you're gonna lose your job, and basically the next job is gonna be contract based, where it's like, okay, it's like Starbucks. Yeah, we can bring you on for maybe 3 months and see how it goes. 3 months? There's not going to be any jobs out there, and only the best of the best, or the let's just say you're not going to get one of those jobs, all right? You're not going to get one of those jobs, and you're going to think that you're going to think like, wow, this is just horrible. How is it that I can't get a job working at 7-Eleven and I've got 2 masters? And the reason why is because you're overqualified. They know you're only going to be there for a little while, and they want someone who's going to be there, for a long time. Someone who doesn't have options like that, okay? Another thing is age. And a friend of mine told me this today. I didn't even realize it. She was like, bro, you're pushing 40 right now. You're not going to be going out there getting one of those jobs. Like, yeah, she said that. She's like, you're not getting one of those jobs. Like, those jobs are for young people. Like, that's what she's saying. Like, that's not for you. That's not for people your age. We were talking today about the recession. Like, guys, these jobs are not for people my age. I'm about 3-4 years from 30. And the truth, from 40, and the truth is that a lot of companies are now looking at people my age as no longer people they would necessarily want to hire. Guys, I'm becoming the old guy. At 40, they don't want to hire you anymore. Many of you guys are pushing towards that point right now, all right? They don't want to hire someone who's 40. 40? You've got to be kidding me. 40 is not at 40, unless you have tons of experience and you're at the top of your game and top of your industry, and unless you have that, don't think you're going to start your life back over at 40. I'm just being honest with you, okay? Now, if you want to build a business, if you want to build a brand, then you can do that at 40. You can build a business, you can get rich in cryptocurrency, you can create something for yourself. But if you think you're going to go out there and work for someone, no. If you think you're going to go out there and go to I'm going to go and learn I had a friend who was talking about becoming an electrician, and I think it takes like 10 years total, like between going to school and working for the master electrician, because they got to work alongside an actual electrician to become a licensed. There are different kinds of electricians, I think, like electrical technician, and then there's electricians. Become a master electrician, it's going to take you a long time. It's going to take you a long time. Like those of you that suddenly say, okay, well, I'll just go back to school and get another degree. Another thing is that this college bubble is going to result in the government cracking down on student loans. You're not going to be able to take out a student loan casually anymore. Tons of colleges are going to collapse. They're going to crash. They're going to close. All right. And I'm not talking about the for-profit schools. A lot of those are already closing. Oh no, I'm talking about prestigious universities. Universities that have been around for 100 years. Big name universities, small name universities, accredited, highly accredited, all of that. They're going to close down completely. Those liberal arts colleges, goodbye. Because no one's going to pay anymore. What's going to end up happening is they're going to start looking at them critically, like what degrees pay off in jobs. Like you're going to give someone like $50,000 a semester to get a degree in English literature, and how much money does a person who has a degree in English literature make per year after graduating? What are their earning prospects? Not what can they make, not what kind of jobs exist. How are students actually performing in this field? And the truth, they're not performing very well. They're not finding jobs. They can't pay back their loans. This is what's going to end up happening. This is how the US Congress is going to look at it. You're going to have the bankers, you're going to have the educators testifying before Congress, and Congress asking them who would ever think to give an 18-year-old $40,000 a year for a degree in art history, okay? And then tell them that they're going to have an amazing future out there. Who would do that? You would not give an $18. You would not give an 18-year-old $40,000 a year if they came into a bank and said, "I want to start my own business." But you'll give them $40,000 a year. $40,000 a year in loans if they step in and say that I want to get a degree in art history. No questions asked. How much sense does that make? That makes no sense at all. You could not, as an 18-year-old, you cannot get a loan for 20 grand, probably not, in many cases, not even 10 grand to start a business. All right? And they want to give you a loan, and yet they're going to hand you a loan of $40,000 for a degree that doesn't pay off. Guys, you're going to see all of these people sitting before Congress, just like Mark Zuckerberg was a week ago, and before that, last year and this year, and they're going to be babbling. The Congress is going to be yelling at them like, why would you give an 18-year-old this amount of money for a degree that is obviously not paying off, that they cannot get a job? And an 18-year-old, we don't let young people drink until they're 21, okay? Nowadays, they can't smoke until they're 21. You can't drink, you can't smoke until you're 21, but you can take out a loan for $40,000. You're responsible enough to take out a loan for $40,000 to choose your major, all right? And this is, and by the way, here's something interesting about student loan debt that most of you probably don't know. Student loan debt is the only debt, okay? It's the only loan that you cannot file for bankruptcy on. That's right. Bankruptcy will not eliminate the debt that you owe on student loans. So if you file for bankruptcy and you owe $100,000 of student loans, nope. You will, if you owed $100,000 yesterday, you'll still owe $100,000 tomorrow. You cannot write off. You cannot file for bankruptcy on student loan debt. There is no way out of student loan debt. You hear about programs like, maybe work for the public sector for 10 years and and after that, your loans will go away. Come on. I'm telling you right now, All right, and I've got high education. I've got 2 master's degrees in good subjects. I can actually go out there and guess what? Like I said, they don't want me. They want young people. They want people who are young. Okay? Young and vibrant, young and healthy, young and motivated. As a lot of doctors right now, I think like they haven't gotten the memo yet that even hospitals, they want young people. Don't get me wrong, doctors are still in style, but the point I'm trying to make is that as we're moving further and further, even in medicine, they're not going to hire older doctors. You're going to say, well, years of experience. Not really, because after you're becoming an attending physician, that's pretty much it. And younger doctors tend to be more up to date with newer technology and newer things than older doctors. It's just true. Their knowledge set is more up to date than older doctors that are often using information that that emerged like 30, 40, even 50 years ago. Like, come on, like that stuff is so outdated. And then on top of it, you have to remember that these people are human beings. Okay, so a 40-year-old doctor versus a 27-year-old doctor, there's a big difference. A 47-year-old doctor versus a 27-year-old doctor, there's a big difference. I'm telling you. Now, sure, if you take care of yourself, that's one thing, but that 27-year-old doctor is probably going to provide much better utility than the 47-year-old doctor who doesn't have the energy for this kind of nonsense anymore. I'm just being very, very honest with you. In every industry right now, guys, we're the old men. We're the old people. We're not kids anymore. For those of you that are millennials that are pushing into your 40s now, guys, I have white hair. White, not gray, white. And quite a bit of it now, and it's scaring the heck out of me. All right, I was reading up, on it, and I'm just like, okay, white hair, white. I have lots of white hair growing, white. Okay, millennial. All right, guys. And if you're and there's like a lot of you guys who are listening who are like in Gen X and in Boomer and you're in the Boomer generation, and you don't have your stuff together either. All right, like I'm telling y'all, it's hard enough as a millennial right now. One of the older millennials, they don't want to give us jobs anymore because we're too old now. All right, they're like, okay, well, you had your turn, kids, and it didn't work out for you. On to the next one. All right, they're not going to be hiring us. Are you kidding me? Gen Z, the younger generation, yeah, they'll hire Gen Z, okay? And even Gen Z is getting old now. Like, guys, I don't know if some of y'all realize Gen Z is pushing towards 30. Gen Z is starting to push. The youngest Gen Z right now is around 24 years old, is around 23, 24. Get that through your head. Like, the youngest Gen Z right now is like around 23, 24. All right? 23, 24. Just a little bit more than halfway through the decade. Come 2026, that's roughly 6 years from now. Gen Z is 30. Gen Z is 30. The first of Gen Z turns 30 in 6 years. Six. Okay? I don't think many of you understand what 30 means. At 30, typically, most people are, historically would be married by 30. They have already had children by 30. They'd have already purchased their first home by 30. They would have already had a certain amount of money put away in savings towards retirement at 30. All right? You often hear them saying, oh, well, a lot of times it's boomers saying, oh, don't worry about that. You'll be okay. You'll be fine, guys. Don't worry about that. That was, just take your time. Take your time. Guys, we're saddled down by student loan debt. We can't pay it off. We're stuck to we're trapped with it. We can't buy homes because they're too expensive. You got boomers trying to sell us their junk, like their houses, their junk for like $500,000, in some case $1 million. $1 million, like this beautiful 3-bedroom, $788,000. How great is that? We'll leave the lights on for you, kids. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right? If you're not out there working hard and making money for yourself, then you're doing it wrong. You're absolutely doing it wrong. You should be investing right now, because that's the only way that you're going to stay above homelessness, all right? Because it's not a game. It's miserable out there. It's absolutely miserable. Don't forget that I have a new course that I'm working on for you. and that one's coming very soon, and that one's going to be for the global recession. But we have a brand new course called Crypto Secrets They Don't Want You to Know. All right, and this course basically is going to teach you everything you need to know that they don't want you to know, so that you can take advantage of what's happening around us. We also have an expat guide to decentralized banking and off-the-grid living. We have how a blockchain actually works, how to make massive profit by ICOs, mastering the crap coins and making massive profit from those. We have strategy that you must use if you want to become a crypto millionaire. We have a course on how to choose and invest altcoins that will increase by 100,000 times and make you massive profit. We have convert cryptocurrencies without using an exchange, and so many other courses, everything from how to buy Ethereum, how to buy Bitcoin quickly or cash out Bitcoin quickly, to Bitcoin 101, introduction to Bitcoin and introduction to cryptocurrency for those of you that don't know anything about it. So right now, guys, I mean, if you want to sit around and just wait for this thing to happen, then be my guest, put the match to the test. But I don't want to be out there with you. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I'm not about that life. I told you I don't want to do homelessness in Southern California. I don't want to be out there doing homelessness in Southern California. It's not for me. If it's for you, do what makes you happy, all right? I can't judge you, all right? That's between you and the Lord Jesus Christ, all right? And maybe the guy that's going to be sleeping next to you, okay? But again, that's your business. That's not mine, all right? I'm going to be out here working hard and getting my money, okay? You should be investing in coins. You should be taking courses, and you should also be stocking up on lots of free coins. One of the main coins you should be stocking up, one of the major courses you should be picking up is how to get free cryptocurrency. So how to get tons of valuable cryptocurrency for free without mining or paying for it. You need to be doing that right now, okay? Because that's how you're going to be amassing tons of cryptocurrency as well. And we also have a Mastering Ethereum Wallet and Blockchain course, how to quickly withdraw your crypto and cash from any ATM and other crypto to cash conversion methods, how to time the crypto market and make massive profit, because a lot of people don't understand that the crypto market works on cycles, and there's specific things that happen over the course of a year and events that influence how the market goes up and down. We have how to take profit from cryptocurrency and not lose your entire investment, which so many people end up doing. Like I said, we have Cryptocurrency 101 Introduction to cryptocurrency for those of you that need that course. All right, we have introduction to day trading cryptocurrency for a living. We have how to buy bitcoins anonymously and through secret methods. All right, this is a huge course. All right, how to choose and invest in all coins that are going to increase by 10 times to 1,000 times or more. Guys, if you want to sit around and not invest, then do that, but don't blame anyone else. Don't blame anyone else when you're, when things happen, you're like, oh, I wish I had done this. Don't say like, don't blame anyone else. Don't blame time. You made that decision. You made that conscious decision. And like I said, if you're cool with doing homelessness in Southern California, if you think you're going to do homelessness in Southern California, there's like super tuberculosis out there right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I'm hearing about some serious stuff. I forget, one guy keeps telling me about this thing in the chat. I've been reading about it myself too. Like, there's like super tuberculosis in Southern California right now. Like they can't even cure, like they're not able to cure it. I don't know, guys. Like the world is just a messed up place right now. Anyway, but you gotta do what makes you happy, because you're grown adults. That's all. That's just what I wanted to tell y'all. Take that knowledge and do with that knowledge what you wish to do. If you want to pick up a course, you can find links in the description of the video. They're on cryptomoney.academy. Pick up a course, start learning, start making a change, because no one's going to do it for you. And I'm telling you right now, things are really getting rough out there. Okay, don't wait for things to start crashing down around you to actually make a change, to actually put effort into it. Shout out to iShant7, says Ayo Angry, what's going on, bro? Shout out to Sean M, good evening Angry, what's going on, bro? Shout out to Monk's Psychology, good to see you, Monk, really good to see you, bro. Guys, no one is going to do it for you. No one's going to come for the rescue this time if you don't actually get up and start working and start making changes and efforts. Then nothing is going to change around you. You're going to find yourself not able to provide for yourself, and you're not going to know what to do. Like I said, guys, you don't want to wait until homelessness is knocking on the door to then try to make a change, to then start making investments, to start moving towards another business. You want to put in the work. Guys like Tim Leo is a nature monk, Mickey Turner, these guys are putting in the work, and I want to see more from you. All right, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and smash the like button. Love God, and please, guys, be good to each other, and cheers.